Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Now we will go for discussing some glimpse or some idea about other than goods subsidiary books. That means subsidiary books which are prepared for other transaction other than goods. Now first one is cash book. As cash book the word is used, we are supposed to mention all the cash transaction in the cash book. To record cash transaction, separate book is kept which is called cash book. The function of cash book is to keep record of all cash transaction on daily basis. Cash book takes the place of cash account that is not necessary to open separate cash account in the ledger after keeping record in the cash book. Now here sometime it may happen that the traders are of the opinion that if we are preparing cash book, we are supposed to go for another type of things also along with the only cash transaction, then that is a bank transaction. So they are preparing cash book along with the bank transaction, that is called two columnar cash book. And sometime it may happen that they are taking into account discount also. So that is to be treated as third type of thing, that is three columnar cash book. Now we are going furthermore, that is called bills receivable and bills payable aspect. In case of bills receivable book, we are supposed to be very careful, because bills receivable and bills payable are nothing but negotiable instrument which gives you an idea about what is the amount of collection or what is the amount to be paid to respective person. Now bills receivable book. Bills receivable book is used to record the bills received from debtors. When a bill is received, detail of it are recorded in the bills receivable book. That means we have to mention that what is the amount of the bill, who is the person who has given the bill, what is the time period of the bill, that means after how many days we are going to encash that bill, that is to be mentioned. Next slide. In the ledger of account of the person from whom each bill is received is credited with the amount of bill, and the periodical total of the book is posted to the debit of receivable account. Or if we go for this format, then we can have a very good idea in that case. As a matter of fact, we are supposed to mention the date on which we have received that bill, from whom we have received it. Next one is term, that means term means period. It may be expressed in days, month or year. Due date, that means we have to count the number of days and then mention the amount. So we can easily know that what is my credit sales and how much amount I can generate from bills receivable in the form of working capital. So we are supposed to try to understand that sales amount, credit sales and bills receivable should go on and on and on. That means I should keep a watch that after 3 days which bill is matured. From bill book I can come to know. Same way, reverse, we are supposed to take into account bills payable book also. Bills payable book also gives you information about how much amount of bill payable is standing in your account. That means how much amount you should make an arrangement for the payment to the bills payable which you have received, which you have written earlier. That means if you have given a bill in the name of Ashok before 2 months back and now it is matured, so you are supposed to check out from your bills payable book. Let us see what they have said in that case. Bills payable book is used to record bill accepted by us. When bill drawn by our creditor is accepted, particulars of the same are recorded in this book. In the ledger account, each person whose bill has been accepted is debited with the amount of the bill. The monthly total of the bill accepted is credited to bills payable account in the ledger. So it is very easy, and it is subsidiary and it is supportive part to the basic aspect of the subsidiary book. This is the format of this bills payable book. First one is date, second is to whom to give, that means to whom we have issued, time period, due date and the amount. Now let us go for one practical problem of subsidiary book in which I have taken into account subsidiary book relating to the goods. Let us see what has been asked in the problem. First of all, you have been given several transactions, and transactions are of such nature you can easily understand in that case. First transaction in this case. Here you have been asked to record following transaction in the subsidiary book of Subhash for the month of July 14. So month is fixed. I have mentioned various transactions. First one is, as a matter of fact, purchase goods from Rajaram at 10% trade discount on credit for 1 month. Invoice number 56. That means bill number which is given in that bill is 56. As a matter of fact, it is said that subsidiary books of Subhash, we are supposed to prepare various subsidiary book. In that case, we are supposed to prepare purchase book, we are supposed to prepare purchase return book, we are supposed to prepare sales book, we are supposed to prepare sales return book. Now let us go for one by one solution and transaction also. First entry, first transaction, look into the question. First we have purchased goods from Rajaram at 10% trade discount on a credit for 1 month, invoice number 56. Amount is 10,000. So but nature we are supposed to take into account 9,000 rupees after taking into account trade discount of 1,000. We will mention in purchase book. Look into the solution. First entry, 2nd June, Rajaram. So we have purchased goods on credit from Rajaram, bill number 56 and amount is 9,000. Here you should be very careful that we should mention 9,000, not 10,000. Second transaction, from the question itself we can come to know. Sold goods to Ramesh on credit, bill number 25. That means we have sold out goods to Ramesh. Now looking to the solution, we are supposed to take into account in sales book. Look, first entry, Ramesh, 25,000. In the bill number we have mentioned bill number. And then same way we are supposed to mention ledger folio if we have made a posting. Then third transaction, next one. Purchase goods from Jankinath on credit for 15 days. Again we have gone for purchasing the goods. So we have to mention in purchase book and that will be amount of 25,000. Look about the second entry in the purchase book, that is Jankinath, that is 25,000. Next transaction. Swarup has returned goods which he has purchased in the month of May 14. Now this is very important and remarkable. We are recording transaction of June 14. Now for the conveniency purpose, he has given goods back to us in the month of June. It may happen that in the end of the month of May, he may have purchased and in the month of June he has given back. So we have to mention in the return book. Look at the question. Swarup has returned. So Swarup has purchased earlier and then he has returned. So we have to mention in our solution in that case. Look into the solution. Now Swarup, we have mentioned in Swarup account. Next transaction is very important. Purchase 2 chairs and 3 tables from Jai Ambe Furniture Mart on credit. Now this is important. Here we have purchased furniture. We have not purchased goods. So there will not be any entry of this transaction. We should not take into account this transaction in subsidiary book of goods because it is purchase of furniture and furniture is asset. Next, return goods to Rajaram. Now let us look into the solution. Return goods to Rajaram. Look about the solution. Now Rajaram is the person from whom we have purchased the goods. Now we have given back the goods of 1,000. It is mentioned on 14th June. Next transaction. Ramesh has returned goods to us and prepared credit note number 2. That means Ramesh has given back the goods. That means we have to mention it is in sales return book. Look about the solution in that case. Sales return book, Ramesh, 750. We have also mentioned in credit note number 2. Now one remarkable thing in this case, at the end of the month we have to make the total. So here we have total credit sales of 25,000, total credit sales return of 750, we have total credit purchase of 34,000 and definitely purchase return is 15,000. Now I would like to go for sum up of this lecture by special points. that are very important. Now, what is the ultimate story which we have already gone through? Subsidiary book is nothing but sub part of the recording of transaction before ledger with the intention to control your sales and day-to-day operations, number one. Second special point is that if there is a partly cash and partly credit transaction, then transaction of the then one have to assume that entire transaction is credit one. So we have to record entire transaction as it is a credit transaction and record in the subsidiary books. In case of discount, one should consider only trade discount in calculation and not in recording. Next, credit purchase of furniture or any other asset or even any service for the organization will not be recorded at all. Now, you can easily come to know that subsidiary books are nothing but books relating to the credit sales, credit purchase, sales return and purchase return. And some portion is also included in cash book, but that will be discussed later on in this series by the other guest lecturer. Thank you all of you.
Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar Open University.